The White House is slamming Democrats for allowing mayhem to continue in cities like Portland, Oregon, and says President Donald Trump wants to restore law and order. Meanwhile, Vice President Pence travels to South Carolina to push for the reopening of schools. White House correspondent Owen Jensen is following both those stories for us tonight. Owen?
Tracy, here at the White House, Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany wasted no time decrying the type of violence taking place in Portland. At the same time, some local officials, they don't want the feds' help at all and are saying, get out.
In Portland, Oregon, more unrest, tear gas canisters deployed.
By any objective standard, the violence, chaos, and anarchy in Portland is unacceptable.
White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany says President Donald Trump will not give the violence a pass.
Individuals have thrown bricks, chunks of concrete, glass bottles, feces, balloons filled with paint, pig's feet, slingshots to hurl ball bearings, and batteries at federal agents and the courthouse.
It's literally the federal government coming into a situation that local officials were addressing and making it much worse.
The Democratic mayor of New York thinks it's a big mistake to send in more federal officers to cities like Portland.
It's totally backfired. It's totally made things worse. It's created a huge amount of pain and confusion and anger in that community.
Meanwhile, the pandemic. To date, according to the press secretary, 46 million tests done. The president tweeting tremendous progress being made on vaccines and therapeutics, and the costs of staying shut down, not just economic.
When you have the fact that the American Cancer Society saying that during the pandemic we saw an 80% drop in cancer cases being identified, there are real costs to a draconian extended shutdown.
And in South Carolina, the vice president and second lady pushing schools to reopen.
So thank you to all the parents.
Calling parents the unsung heroes, teleworking and juggling Zoom meetings, adding to their stress. And as a teacher herself, she's eager to get back in the classroom.
But it's our kids who are struggling. And they need their friends. And they need their teachers.
Finally tonight, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden announced a 10-year, $775 billion plan he says would create 3 million jobs caring for older Americans. Tracy?
White House correspondent Owen Jensen reporting for us tonight. Thanks so much, Owen.